Shavkat Rakhmonov declined a title fight against Belal Muhammad due to an injury, despite being offered the spot for UFC 315 in May. Rakhmonov stated, "Unfortunately, due to injury, I won't be ready for May. I'll be facing the winner later this year." Before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. Chael Sonnen expressed concern over Alex Pereira's decision to spar with a pro boxer without headgear, saying, "It bothers me." He emphasized the importance of safety and urged fighters to protect themselves during training.
So Pereira puts out this sparring video and he's in there with a professional boxer and the guy is very good. There was no headgear. It bothers me. I came through the era when we truly believed the harder you got hit in practice, the more you could take in the ring. Randy was the captain in the gym that I came through. He never wore headgear. And Randy never became fried eggs. He didn't get the CT. However, Randy preached controlled sparring, taking care of your partner. Eventually, when I met up with Clayton Hires, there was a day I forgot my headgear. It just wasn't in my bag. He sent me home. Randy's point was spot on, but Clayton did me a huge favor by making sure I always had my protective gear. And when I'm watching Alex Pereira sparring, logically, I can't accept that time is getting added to his career, that he's getting better. I want Alex to wear headgear, and I don't know what to do.
Ben Askren has expressed doubts about Jon Jones' potential return to MMA. He stated it would be less than 50% on Jones making a comeback.
For the Kalshi odds on does Jon Jones fight again, I believe they would be less than 50%.
You don't think he's gonna fight again?
I think it would be less than 50%. I think it would be somewhere around 20-30% that he fights again. Yes. I mean, John's not young. He's 30, probably 39, 38.
Yeah,
Not young.
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
Conor McGregor has called UFC welterweight champion Belal Muhammad's boxing training woeful after watching a clip online. Belal has been compared to Canelo by his striking coach. Belal is set to fight Della Maddalena at UFC 315, a fighter known for his strong finishing record. How do you think Belal's striking looks in this video? Belal Muhammad had to choose a new opponent for his title defense at UFC 315 after Shavkat Rakhmonov was injured, ultimately going with Della Maddalena due to his impressive win streak. Muhammad explained the decision, saying Jack had the highest win streak and doubted that fighters like Kamaru Usman on a losing streak would be picked. Joaquin Buckley was considered but ultimately missed out due to Maddalena having the longest streak.
We had the date for May 10th, and then they told me Shavkat was hurt. So then it was like, all right, well, who's it gonna be? And for myself, I'm looking at the names on the list, right? And you're looking at it like, I mean, who's number 2? I think Kamaru's number 2, but you know, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. His knees are probably like 80 years old. I doubt they're gonna give it to him. And then I'm looking at Brady. I already beat Brady. I already beat Leon. So then I looked at Jack. He had the highest win streak, and I was like, bro, I want to beat another guy's streak, right? We got Brady when he was 15-0. We beat Leon, who's on a 12 or 13 fight winning streak. Let's go. Jack got the longest streak now. It makes the most sense for me, and that's what I'm here for.
If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe. If you don't, you'll miss out on daily MMA news and people will think you're a casual. Khabib Nurmagomedov thinks Ilia Topuria should fight a top lightweight contender before getting a title shot against Islam Makhachev, saying, "Without fighting at 155 pounds, no, I don't think Topuria deserves a title shot." Topuria has moved up to the lightweight division after vacating his featherweight belt, and there are talks of him possibly facing Makhachev during International Fight Week.
Ilia Topuria. I like what Ilia Topuria is doing. I really do. I like the fact that he's saying, you know what, I want to go up to 155 pounds, fight the #1 contender. If he wins, and then if he wins that, then he fights Islam. I think that's good, brother. Look, listen, Ilia Topuria knocked out 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Those guys are amongst the greatest featherweights of all time. I think he deserves.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira, he's next on the line. Why not? Because there is nobody.
So you don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds?
Without fighting in 155? Without? No, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance, and people talk bad about like, oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski, but the UFC push this fight, and this fight was good in first fight, but why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion. Why? It's not fair for 155 pounds.
Right.
But if he move up and he beat somebody like Charles Oliveira, of course.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
And I think, you know what I think?
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
I like Charles, but I think so too.
No, I think Ilia can beat him.
I like Charles, and I think he beats Poirier. I don't know why Poirier would fight, or why would they give him that fight, but you know, maybe it's just because he's popular, but like he doesn't, like it has to be Charles Oliveira.
I think Topuria can beat Chance, and I think Poirier have to start fighting.
Terrence McKinney doesn't believe Ilia Topuria's size will be an issue against Islam Makhachev, noting that he's seen videos of Ilia knocking out 170-pounders in sparring sessions.
I heard he be knocking out 170-pounders, so I don't think it really matters, you know what I mean? I saw a little video clip of it, I forgot who said it, but I was like, damn, boy, savage. It's just like once they get on top of him, and there's only a couple fighters that really does that, and he's gonna pick the right fights, you know what I mean?
What do you feel like would be the keys to defeat the champion in your weight class?
You gotta be able to nullify the wrestling and actually have good boxing, which Ilia has. Like, if you can't get up easy or like, and then be able to put the hands on him, then you're cooked. You can't just have decent stand-up. You're gonna have to be able to touch him up with the hands.
Do you give Ilia the best chance to beat Islam, or do you think there's somebody else in the division?
It's either him or Armin, at least.
UFC will no longer allow double champions, with Ilia Topuria vacating his featherweight title to move up to lightweight, as confirmed by UFC CEO Dana White. Diego Lopez stated, if you want to go up a division, you have to leave your title vacant.
Foram bem claros com os outros, não? Disseram que pues já eles não estariam dando chance a la gente de que está brincando de categoría en categoría, ¿no? Si quieres subir de categoría, tienes que dejar tu título vacante, ¿no? Eso es lo que UFC ha dicho a todos los campeones que están pensando en subir de categoría. Ya nos van a dar el estatus de doble campeón simultáneo, ¿no? Si va a ser doble campeón, va a ser nada más como campeón de dos categorías, ¿no? Pero yo creo que, ya sabe, al final de cuentas es la decisión de cada quien. Si él siente que ya no tiene nada que hacer en la división, pues bueno, que siga adelante con su carrera, ¿no? Yo sé que en la división tenemos muy buenos peleadores que podrían dar muy buenas peleas contra él. Podríamos hasta ponerle serios problemas y pues hasta ganar también, ¿no? Entonces, si él siente que ya por ganar a Max y a Volk, que son dos leyendas de la categoría, su trabajo ya está hecho, pues está bien, está en su derecho, pues bueno, que siga adelante, ¿no?
Dan Hooker suggested that Topuria vacating his title is a show of force from the UFC to control fighter ambition.
If they were gonna have him shoot for like the double champ status, then I don't think they would have stripped him of his title. I think, yeah, like he's the guy that's inactive. I know that Volk's been trying to fight Ilia, and the UFC has been wanting to put the Ilia fight together for the longest time. And, you know, he's continually said he can't make the weight and stuff like that. But yeah, if his plan was to shift up and get a shot at the other title, like what, there's no, and the UFC was the one that wanted it to happen as well, then there's no way that they would strip him of his title before he went and contested. I think they just took it off him as a bit of a show of force, just to be like, brother, you fight when we tell you to fight, not. Yeah, I think that's more of what's going on. I don't think it's a situation where he's gonna get an instant title shot from when he moves up. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get the instant title shot, but I don't. Yeah, it's just weird that they took his title. I don't think that they want him to go up. I think it's a show of force from the UFC. Like, brother, if you keep turning down fights, then you just lose your title altogether.
Israel. Adesanya admits that mocking Alex Pereira as that guy in a bar motivated Pereira to accelerate his UFC career, leading to legendary clashes between the two. Adesanya says, I created a monster, but doesn't regret his comment, as it spurred Pereira's incredible rise in the UFC.
Magic, do you regret calling Alex Pereira that guy in a bar? If you could go back, would you say it again?
I don't regret it, no, because I was right. And also I don't, because it motivated him. It's, again, I love this fucking story, eh? It's just the best. Like, he's actually at a bar drinking and it's like, Shama, boom, decides to become, you know, MMA fighter, or he was already an MMA fighter, but decides to like take it seriously and get to the UFC and fight me, chase me. But again, like I said, he chased me. I didn't do that. But I don't regret it, no. I am glad I did, because it motivated him, and look what we've created. I created a monster.
Max Holloway has decided to permanently move up to 155, despite Ilia Topuria vacating the featherweight title. After his defeat by Topuria, Holloway dismissed any potential return to 145 stating, "Nah fam, I'm done with that cut." Holloway has shown interest in a lightweight rematch with Topuria and is considering opponents like Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, and Dustin Poirier for a summer return. That's all for today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more MMA content. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on the screen to get caught up.